we had kind of been on the road of healing a little bit. And so when we heard about the race, it was kind of like, wow, what a really cool way to go and run in remembrance of those little babies.
We're Ryan and Brooke Spengler, and we have a 12-week-old daughter, Lucy.
Yeah, we experienced our first loss in May of 2019 and then our second loss in August of 2019. So we got married in 2014, and shortly after that knew that we wanted to start our family. So it was the spring of 2016 that we decided we were ready to start having kids. And we weren't expecting that we would be dealing with infertility for several years. And 3 years into that journey, we experienced our first loss in May of 2019. And of course, that was devastating.
You know, what started as a journey of, such excitement and anticipation quickly turned to the opposite, right? Of what was sadness and pain and what almost kind of became it felt like a learned helplessness to a degree, right? Of, well, just another bad piece of news.
And then we got pregnant again just a few months later and experienced our second loss in August of 2019, that same year. And then just continued to struggle with infertility for a few years after that.
Walking through that just almost, day to day, right? Just day to day surviving and getting to the next day knowing that there's purpose in this somewhere. I have no idea where it is, and words aren't enough, but maybe there's purpose here somewhere, and I'll choose to believe that even though I don't feel like it.
And then ended up doing IVF, and that's how we have our daughter Lucy. We actually didn't receive our first basket until close to a year after our first loss. We didn't receive one in the hospital, but a friend and a mentor that I was meeting with, she gave us a basket, and I just remember thinking like, wow, what a cool way to validate our pain and the heartache that we're feeling, because it is so isolating, and it just feels like, man, there's this life that nobody really even knew about, and then you receive this basket with these items that's like, okay, this life mattered and this life is remembered, even though the rest of the world didn't even know about it.
We decided, hey, we're going to plant a tree in remembrance of our babies in our yard, and we did that on the due date of one of our babies, which was just a kind of a surreal experience. But that was right prior as we were deciding to run the race, and thought, let's continue down this road.
We may have been some of the only few that knew that those lives existed, but we get to go and run in this race in remembrance of them, and just as a way to honor their lives, no matter how short they were. But then also, while you're doing so, you're supporting an organization that is so close to your heart and that you love so much.
And for us, this was remembrance, but we're also seeing so many other people where this is remembrance and hope and celebration with the rainbow balloons. And so, for us, it was also a great reminder of, hey, keep going, right? There may be hope at the end of this story. We weren't sure, right? And, so we kept going. And in 2021, it was maybe a couple of weeks before the race, we found out we were pregnant, so we weren't able to run the next one. So we were bummed about that, but yeah.
And so then this year, we actually have some family members who are going to run it with us or walk it with us. And so we're excited for that. We're excited to get to share that with them. Obviously, we're going to get to walk it with Lucy and our rainbow balloon, and we're just so excited about being able to share that with her too, and hopefully for, many years to come.
I think, receiving that rainbow balloon will be, certainly a lot of different emotions and an experience in and of itself. I think I'm really looking forward to celebrating properly, but also with that comes that knowledge that not every story ends with a rainbow balloon, and there were many nights and many years, frankly, where we didn't know if our story ends that way or begins in a lot of ways with that. So it's bittersweet.
Yeah, I think with the rainbow balloon, it's such an exciting and such a celebration of the end of a really hard story and a really hard season. And that's why it's the rainbow after the storm. And so I think when you think about the rainbow balloons or the rainbow in general, the rainbow baby, just that idea that it comes after a storm, it's like you never want to forget the storm. It's easy to see the rainbow and see how beautiful it is, but you have to remember the really hard storm that came before the rainbow.
There is hope, right? There's hope in our faith. And when everything else feels dark, right, there is still that we have, and that can't be taken from us.
How do people keep going without knowing that his mercies are new every morning, and a lot of days that's all that kept us going.
How do we move forward in life as a result, and by the grace of God and our faith?
Yeah.